Zoe, I'm going to make you some lamb samosas. You're going to love these ones. I know it's deep fried, but you know what? You've got to live a bit every now and again.
I live.
But you'll love these. What I'm going to do is I've got some hot water here, some boiling hot water, and I've got some ghee, which is clarified butter, which the Indians use a lot to cook with. To start with, I've got 2 cups of plain flour into my bowl here. There we go. It's exactly measured in the bowl. And what I've done is, you saw me, I put some salt into the hot water. Because I'm using the Murray River salt, which is beautiful salt to use.
Yeah, lovely.
The little crystals are quite sharp, and I don't want it to break up my pastry, so I just dissolve it in the hot water.
Very smart way to do it. I like that.
You like that? So this is boiling water straight in here. Half a cup of boiling water, half a cup of ghee.
Okay.
To 2 cups of plain flour.
There's a bit of a movement to go back to things like ghee and sort of those more whole, stable types of fats, but it's just in small amounts.
As they've worked out that all those other things, those margarines and stuff, they're not quite as good for you as people thought. It's the real fats, the butters, the creams, the animal fats that people are really liking to eat.
It's really true, and you know, all the scientists are coming back to say these are good. It's a bit confusing, isn't it? You know, good one day, bad the next.
Richo was right all along, that's what I reckon.
Smart.
Now you can see I've just stirred that together with a spoon, and the dough's something that really is. Have a feel of that.
Yeah.
It's nice and warm.
Warmth to it.
It has.
Yeah.
Now I'll give you the bowl there. What I'm going to do is just give this a little bit of a knead on the bench here. We want to bring it all together and give it a little bit of elasticity, which means that when I roll out the little samosas, it holds together beautifully. So I've worked this a little bit, nice and shiny. You could dust a little bit of flour on here. I will, just a tiny bit, just to sort of, you know, take away from that that moisture or that greasy sort of outer layer. And what I'm going to do is just rest this a little bit. But before I do that, Zoe, I'm just going to cut it into 8. So I'll just cut it through the middle there, and then, what's that, 4 now? And I want to get 8 out of that, so I cut that in half.
That's 4.
I had to stop and think there for a moment. There we go.
1, 2...
And then, now, what I want you to do, Zoe, is I want you to roll it into a little ball like this, and I've got a nice little plate there. I want to make it nice and smooth all the way around. And I've got this plate here. We'll just arrange it on the plate. We'll just let it rest a little bit till it's ready to roll out, because we have to wait until the lamb mix is done and cool down. So we'll just all the way around like that. There we go. I'll put the last one on there. Move this out of the way. Now, Zoe, we're going to make the filling for the samosas. So what I want you to do is, I've got some lamb here, some beautiful lamb. Pass that to me there. I'll just take the top of it. Now, I've got some garlic and some ginger there. I want you to microplane that so it's nice and fine. And some coriander there. Just chop the green leaves at the top there. I've got my pan on here, but what I'm going to do first is to just slice this onion really fine and get it all going. Now, my pan's nice and hot, so what I want to do is have everything ready. So when I go into the pan, it's all going to start to sizzle and sear straight away.
Oh, this ginger smells amazing. It's gorgeous. Such a big anti-inflammatory. I love this.
It's nice, strong ginger, that one. And I'm with the garlic. I'm going to grab that garlic off you, give it a bit of a squash like this, and give it a rough chop. I think that would be lovely. I will get you to pass me the extra virgin olive oil, please. Into the pan we go with some olive oil, and I'm going to throw the onion and garlic straight in there, nice and hot. Look at that sizzle.
Oh, that's got some good heat to it, doesn't it?
There we go. Give that a bit of a toss like that. It's starting to sear straight away. A little bit more olive oil in there, because you can see it's dried up straight away. Look at that. That's what you want to do.
Absorbed all that olive oil.
You want it to fry it off straight away. Now, I'm just going to cook half of this lamb, so that's going to go straight into the pan here, and I'll break it up with my with my spoon. Now, while we're here, I'm going to get you to pass me some of those spices, because we want to flavour this up as we're going. I've got some...
that colour is incredible. That actually does have incredibly strong anti-inflammatory qualities as well.
Coriander here, ground coriander. Into the pan we go. And I've also got some caraway seeds. I'm going to put them in whole. I love caraway seeds.
I like that too.
I love caraway seeds in bread, in
I was just about to say, in bread, it's gorgeous. I actually put them in my sauerkraut as well.
Fantastic.
Now, I've got this coriander. Can I finally chop that
I want you to chop that, because we're going to throw it in a second. This is nearly cooked. I'm going to put some salt in there. There we go, nice amount of salt, and a little bit more, because we want to taste everything that's in there, and a good twist of pepper as well. Now, I reckon you can throw in that coriander, and I'll stir that in. And I've also got, for a little bit of extra flavour, some yoghurt.
I saw that. I love that ingredient.
So what I want is a little bit of liquid in there, about half that yoghurt in there, which is about 2 tablespoons, I think. In it goes, and I'll just stir that in. And this becomes the sort of... the stock or the juice or the flavour of the lamb. And all I need to do is stir that round for a second or so it's all mixed in nicely. I reckon that's cooked. Look at that. Beautiful. This is way too hot to load into a samosa, or hot load as we like to do. What I'm going to do is cool this down on a tray here, pop it into the fridge, cool it down, let the pastry rest for a little bit longer. We'll clean this up, we'll get the oil on, and then we'll make some cracking samosas. Zoe, my lamb has cooled down nicely, and my little dough balls, they're nice and rested, and they're cooled down a little bit. And what I'm going to do is just give it a bit of a roll like this with my rolling pin. Look at that. Beautiful. And I want to get it nice and round. I'm just going to make a sort of like a pasty-shaped samosa.
Okay.
I reckon that's about the size, just a little bit more, just around the outside. Now, I'll get you, I'll put that on. Yeah, a nice little spoon of the lamb in there. Now, this is a little trick, and you've got to watch this, because I fold it over in half like this, so it's nice and even. Give it a little bit of a pinch, and with the edge of it, I'll just roll it around. You can see I've got a little bit of turmeric on my finger, which has stained the outside of the pastry there, but it won't matter. It'll still taste good. And I'll roll it all around there. I sort of pinch it around there like that.
Okay.
Till it's nicely sealed off. Look at that. Like a little crescent.
Like a little pasty, doesn't it?
It does, like a little crescent. I'll do one more. Sort of roll it over like that. Sort of flatten it out with your thumbs if you want, and then give it a bit of a roll like this till you got a nice thin sort of pastry. There we go. And if you want, another trick is people put a little bit of flour on their rolling pin, and it rolls a little bit easier. Look at that. So about a tablespoon of the mixture into the middle there. Once again, fold it over to the edge, and I just push it down to make sure it seals pretty well.
Okay.
And then I just roll it over like this, and as I roll it, I give it a bit of a pinch. Turn it around like this. I'll tell you what, we'll make the rest of these, and then we'll get them into the fryer.
Excellent.
You can see my oil's nice and hot at 186 degrees Celsius, so it's the perfect temperature to fry in, but it also keeps control. It's really important. This could potentially be dangerous, so we want to make sure that it's safety first in our kitchen. Now, samosas are ready. In they go. Look at that. They'll start bubbling away. This is the sort of thing, you know, I know you've been to India and I've been there as well. This is Indian street food. You'd go to a little vendor on the street, he'd have a big wok full of oil bubbling away. And they deep fry just about everything there, but samosas are the best.
That's true.
There we go. In they go. Now you can see that's foaming up nicely, which is exactly what they want. Now add a little bit more heat, because as I add the samosas, the heat of the oil will drop down, and I can check that with the gauge, but I already know that already. So I'll turn the heat up a little bit. I'll make sure it cooks at a constant temperature of about 180 degrees Celsius till the samosas become nice and golden brown, and then we'll pull them out, drain them on some paper, put some more salt on it, and then we'll eat them. Now, I'll turn this off, so make sure it doesn't keep on cooking. Look at these samosas. A little bit of salt on there, just because we need a little bit of salt on there. And I'll just with a fork there, break it in half so you can see the lamb there. Zoe, I'll pass it to you. That's really hot with your fingers. Now, here I've got a little bit of raita, which is yogurt and some mint and some cucumber as well, and a bit of salt as well. And I've also got some tamarind paste, which is also very nice with the samosa. It is quite hot and steamy, isn't it? But tell me what you think.
Very hot. The pastry is very light, you know, very flaky, which is gorgeous. And the meat inside is beautiful. You know, one, perfect. Any more, probably a bit too much for me, but tasty.
This is just the right amount for me. I love it.